We're now live. I have got my tissues ready, man. Let's see. Just gonna make sure that this is up. Oh, that's random. Anyway. Happy Saturday afternoon, evening. It is so autumnal out there. Wind, rain, all of the things. Had a super productive day. So good. Had our first Ollie Bollen of the Ollie Boller, never say it properly, of the season. And we are ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to dive on in. If you're watching the replay down the line, thank you, welcome, hello. So I have had some questions about fertile and what it's all about, all of the things, and I wanted to cover off some bits and pieces with you so that you know what it's about. First of all, it is not about fertility from the perspective of wanting to have a baby. Let's just clear that one up. I said this in my stories earlier because one of my friends was like, oh, I thought because of the name, I was like, oh yeah. And those of you that know me, and I love the word selfish, know that I use certain words that are quite punchy and meant to make us think, right? And I feel super strongly about the fact that us women can create things other than humans, businesses, projects, ideas, all of the things. We, more often than not, like I don't believe anyone who says to me that that they're not creative and they don't have like a burning desire inside them. The thing is whether you want to go there and explore that and find out more about what your burning desire is. And through my personal journey, through the work that I do with women on a one-on-one container, and especially through the work of learning to live in partnership with your menstrual cycle and also your energetic blueprint, when we know ourselves really well, when we are in the seat of ourself, in the truth of our own self, then we can hear what it is, we can feel what it is we want to create, we want to birth. And someone asked me, like, when you say birthing, what do you mean? So let's just say what fertile is. Fertile is a container, is a little community that we're going to create. And it's going to be 5 women in total. And we are looking at creating this little container for you to birth exactly what you want. Now, when I say exactly what you want, what the fuck do I mean? I mean, if you have an idea, a project, a creation, or if you just want to give yourself space and room to realize, to hear, to really see what it is that you want to create. We go through a very energetic process around how when you have an idea, how to kind of pass it through your energy body and to help it come to life. Okay, I bet you bottom dollar that many of you want to do something other than what you're doing right now. And I feel so strongly. I've had many conversations over the years when friends of mine have been like, I've got an idea, I want to work for myself, I want to work on my own terms. I'm more often than not that person that says, do it, you can do it, go for it, because I truly believe that work is changing. We know that. The last 2 years has showed us that. People want their lives to look a bit different. And when we create space for ourselves, we are able to do the thing that we want to do. Another thing that I've seen is that lots of people go in the wrong way round. So I'll give you an example. I've worked with many clients from a marketing perspective, and I've worked purely supporting them from a marketing and communications business strategy kind of perspective. They have a passion, they go do the business that they so wish, and they go on to Google, and they go on and they sign up for all of the free things, and they kind of search for like how to start, like what they need to do to start business, how to market. They get bombarded with all of this information around doing that. What happens, which I did not do this, so I feel really strongly about being a guide and a mentor and a coach for other women to do it this way. What happens when you know yourself first and you understand your own magic, you are very connected to your current lifestyle and your current situation. So, you know, whether you have a family, whether you've got a job already, and what that looks like, and how you can do things other than what you're doing, that are really heavy on your heart, that are part of your purpose, part of your soul. But, you know, you're part of your soul's being here. And when you know that, and we have this opportunity to look at what's holding us back, we look at the constructs and the beliefs, we look at the conditioning, we look at the programming, we look at what we're revered for, because you know, when we were younger we were really good at something and it made our parents happy, so we carried on doing it, and we strip that back, and then that gives you space and room to be like, okay, what the fuck do I want to do? Like, what am I here to create? What am I here to birth? When you come at it from that perspective, from that angle, it is very different to going, well, I really like, for me, okay, well, I really like marketing, so I'm gonna become a marketing consultant or freelancer. It's very different doing the work and doing a business. When you know yourself, when you know your magic, when you know your wisdom, when you know how you work, when you understand your body and your biology, and it goes in all these ebbs and flows, and you start to create from this place, it's incredible. Like, it is totally incredible. You are not looking externally, you're going within. When things come up, we have the tools to be able to support ourselves. We then can, if you so wish, get into the nitty-gritty of strategy and support and business structure and things like that. Fertile is basically a place, it's fertile land, I talk about a fertile pathway. It's creating that fertile pathway of your own to create something amazing. Now, you don't need to have a business to do this. What you do need, though, is that deep burning desire to go there, to find out about who you fucking are and what you're here to do. Because this isn't like a little test run. This isn't a test run tool. So you're here to be somebody amazing. So how can you be that person? How can I shed light for you to know who you fucking are and what you want to do and how you want to do it in the world? And you want to be able to dig deep, right? You're not gonna be someone who isn't afraid to go there, to look at what's holding you back and to make necessary changes. This is about ensuring, you think about fertility, you think about fertile as the word, it is ensuring that you can bloom. Well, if you think about fertile soil, right, and you think about planting planting crops, plants, flowers, that soil needs to be a certain way. Yeah, that soil needs to be nourishing, it needs to be fed right, it needs to have the right type of weather conditions, sunlight. You know, we wouldn't go and plant something at the wrong time of the season because it won't grow. So it's knowing that, how your garden will look, shall we say, and how you will then tend to that. And 9 times out of 10, we don't allow ourselves that. And I have seen many incredible women with ideas and magic to put out there into the world that they try and do it like everybody else and they fail. And so this is why fertile has come through me this way. It's like, you do it your way. You live life. You create relationships. Whatever you're creating, if it's work, if it's a passion project, how do you do that is so aligned with you? It's for women who really want to step into their power. And when I say power, it's about making choices and living and working differently to how you do now. It is that deep inner knocking, that tapping, you know, like when you're like, I need to do this. Like, I need to, like, that's how I felt. I was like, I'm not here to work in an office. That's not what I'm here to do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. And so then what does that look like for me? For me personally, like 5.5 years on, if I knew what I know now, no, I don't. That saying kind of like is a bit like, really? Because I think what happens is we are where we are now, right? Because of the path that we've kind of been on. But when you understand yourself at a soul level and you do from there, you create relationships. Like it's so important. It's so important. And you want to be committed to yourself, right? You don't want to be somebody who's like, yeah, I don't want to work. I'm going to be really frank. I don't want to work with women who don't give a fuck about showing up for themselves. Because this container is for 5 women. We work together one-on-one and we work together in a group setting, the 5 of us. Why have we done that? Why have I done that? Why is Fertile like that? Because everybody's desire is different, and desire being such a key word. Your desire is your birthright, and what you desire to do and who you desire to be, and that can be different. So, and I love working one-on-one, and I want that one-on-one, what you need connection. And then in the group sessions, there are particular themes which I know as women who want to birth something other than humans come up against. And so we're going to go through certain things in that group setting. You're also going to have this beautiful connection and community with each other. You're all part of the first ever Fertile container. You are going to be able to support each other in such beautiful, unique ways and share and encourage, but also hold each other accountable. Have difficult conversations. Like, this isn't a place to shy away from what we want to say. This is about expression and truth, our own, but also being that for others. Now, when I say birthing, it's not just about a business. If you have a business, it's about those ideas. It's about exploring something that is so important to you. And maybe you know that, right? Maybe one of my beautiful clients, she was like, I know I need to do the thing, but I fucking know I need to clear some shit. I need to work through some stuff. And I need to have a clear plan as to how I'm going to do that. So when that comes up, it's like, how can we ensure that you are clear? So energy healing comes into that. Getting really real about where these rooted issues, emotions, heaviness are, and working through that. That's why it's a very personalized program as well. There are some things that women as a collective go through and we're up against, and in those group containers, just to say this, actually in those group containers, you are going to receive the content, what we're talking about, very differently on an individual level. Yeah, and that's perfect. You also then have me to riff with throughout this whole time. So what was one of the questions? One of the questions I got was, what time will I need to commit, like each day, week or month? So to put it structurally, there's a group call every month for 5 months. This goes for 5 months, right? December through to April. Every month there's a group call that's 90 minutes, and every month there's an hour one-on-one session with me. Then throughout those 5 months, you get access to me to bounce off ideas, to share what's going on, to work through anything that's coming up, like on a level of like relationships, your cycle, your energy levels, your business, your idea, your career, whatever it looks like in your life. And in the beginning, we have, I deliver you a human design reading. Now that is it's probably around 3 hours or so to find out more about your human design foundations, and then your reading as well. Now this is tailored to you, right? You can go and get a reading from me anyway. If you're like, I want a human design reading, you can go and do that. The reason why I'm giving you that is because that is like that is you as a soul. This is what you're here to do. This is how you're made up. A lot of it, not even 9 times out of 10 out of 10 in my experience, I've never had somebody say to me, this doesn't seem like me. Like 10 times out of 10, people are like, oh my God, this is so me. Like I feel so seen, and this is what I've always known. Or they're given permission, they're liberated away from how they should live, be, engage with life and relationships. And human design is such a key point of that. The other thing that you'll get up front, which is probably around 10 hours or so, and it's self-study, and it's a course that I put together currently, previously called the Selfish Project, and it's just about cycle syncing. So it's actually knowing about your cycle, knowing how your hormones work, knowing when's best to do certain things in your life, from exercise, what foods to eat, how to manage stress, work, all of those things. And that is really so that you understand yourself at a biological level. If you are a woman or you identify as a woman, that is completely for you. That is for you to understand yourself and the way that you are made up, and that's included as well. So as I say, those things are, in terms of time, they're a chunk of time, but you have those to go back over all of the things. The live sessions, the 90-minute group call, and the one-on-one. Now, that's not a lot of time. And I don't like time. I'm here for energy. I'm here for you putting your energy into something that you want, right? And so if you've looked at the Fertile page and you've been reading my posts and you've seen my work and you've been following me, and you're like, oh my God, I need to do this, then time doesn't come into it. Because what happens when we live in this time mindset is that we're not in the now. We're not present. We're using excuses. And when we use excuses, we know, oh my God, I've done it so many times. This container is really about getting fucking real around what you want, how to communicate that, how to express your needs and your desires, how to clear and get rid of the shit that no longer serves you, that may look like relationships, that might look like physically. If I could turn my camera around actually right now, I might have been clearing my office space and cleaning it all, like that sort of thing. But also on an energetic level, like you're getting rid of the shit that no longer serves you. Where you've been hoarding energy, where have you been like clinging on because you don't want to let go of something, someone, a situation, whatever, that is stopping you from being your truest self. I talk about this all the time. I don't believe in your best self. I believe in your truest self. Is there homework? That was another question I got. So this is a 5-month container. If you want to just show up and do the time, as in the group call and the one-on-one, fine. But this whole fertile container is designed so that you are able to step into your truth, to lean on and into me as much as you can. There will be a bunch of different meditations, journaling prompts, exercises, if you will, to help you explore further. Because at the end of the day, I'm really fucking blunt like this, this is not about me, this is about you. So if you want to go there and if you want to unearth who you are and like remember, you know, I talk a lot around this reconnecting, remembering and reclaiming your power. So if you want to go there, then you will, time is not like a thing, and nor will homework be, because you will just really relish in digging deeper, connecting with yourself on a daily basis. And it doesn't, I'm not a believer that you have to sit on a meditation cushion for like 5 hours in order for everything to drop in. You can create space in a multitude of ways. You can tap in, you can hear, you can be guided by your soul, your team, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, source, Gus, you know, Gus, God, universe, source, don't care what you call it. But if you don't slow down and create space and allow yourself to pave this pathway, then you will not be able to do what you know in your heart and soul you want to. So homework, fucking hate that word. It's like, ugh, shudder. Home play, I have called it in the past. I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. There will be stuff for you to explore. You explore if you want, you don't if you don't. End of. So we're talking about what it includes. Human design package, video package, self-study course. We have an open ceremony which basically connects us all and starts and like births our fertile pathway container. You have 5 monthly group calls, 5 one-on-one calls, unlimited support from me. Obviously when I'm sleeping I do have some boundaries around that, but you get to message me about anything that comes up, work, relationships, whatever, your idea that you're birthing. We will have, like I say, there'll be different tools and practices and prompts and things like that, like journal prompts and things for you to use throughout. And then we will have a closing ceremony. So we will end that little container. And what also I've added in is 3 distant Reiki sessions. And these are 30-minute, and you don't even have to, we don't have to be on with each other, because that's how energy works. It's not linear. It's not linear. And I can give that to you for you at any time. So you have those, and then a check-in call in May. I've got it scheduled for May, but we might make it June, because what I have experienced myself when I have been a part of coaching and mentoring programs too, is that there is such safety in the container, and that is sacred space. That is amazing. I'm so glad that we have that. That is what I want to, that is what we will have. That is what we will create together. but there is this safety net, right? And so when we leave, when we have that closing ceremony, we exit that little fertile container that we have created. How do you go, do, be, live the way that you so wish, and do it outside of this container? And so that little check-in call is really designed to hold you accountable as well, for you to really see what you're doing in your everyday life, or how you are creating, how you are birthing your ideas, your projects. On that note, so at the end of this container, you really understand your core desires, your soul, who you are, your energy, what lights you up, what doesn't, how you're here to impact the world. So you can birth things other than humans, projects, ideas, relationships, like whatever that is, but more so that it's aligned with your purpose, your heart, your strategy that suits you and whatever you want to do in the world. Now, one of the things that I just wanted to mention was investment. So you often see, like, there's not information on websites about energetic investments. And when I say energetic investments, I wrote a post on this, so if you haven't seen it, have a look. We live in this world where it's like, I pay you X, I get Y. And I said in this post, I can tell you, like, I've gone through the things that you're going to get. I can really express to you how you're likely going to feel at the end. But you don't know that until you've done it. And it's not my responsibility to express those outcomes, because this is about you. You are showing up in this container and you are creating what you want from it. I will, with coaching, right? There is this, I'm going to ask you tricky questions. I'm going to go there. I will cheerlead you, but I'm not. I'm here to be a coach as well, right? I'm here to ask you things. I'm here for you to see yourself and what you really want to do in this world. And so just know that. When it comes to that energetic investment, we pay money, we pay that currency for said thing. One of my friends once said to me, she's like, I just don't, I mean, I don't know how I make decision to pay for these things. It's like, this is an inner knowing. This is like, I will forego the handbag, shoes, 10 million lattes a month for this, because I know I need this. I'm not here to convince you about value and investment, but I am here to share with you, and this is what I'm going to share with you, and I'm just going to wrap up. And if you've got any other questions, you can let me know. So this container is over 5 months, yeah? When you pay in full, by the close date for that is tomorrow on the 7th. It's €3,111 in full. One of my girls said, I pay for it up front because I believe in that, I'm committing to it. And I was like, hells yeah, thank you, I hear, see and feel you, I have done that in the past. I have also been the person who couldn't afford to do that, but knew I needed to do it. And so we have the spread it out. So after the 7th, the price goes up to €3,333. If you want to pay that in full after the 7th, you totally can. But then there's a spread it out. So it's $555.50 per calendar month. And that payment is spread out over 6 months. So that starts November through to April. So your first payment would be November. And that is designed for those who are like, I have to do this, but I can't pay for it all at once. That's your option. That is your option. Now, thank you so much for those of you who popped in live. I completely appreciate that it's Saturday night. I have been under the weather this week and threatening to come on live every day since basically Tuesday. But here I am. Here it is. Now, if you have any other questions, let me know. When it comes to this program, just know that when you hear the words, when you read the sales page with the information about Fertile in the program, if that lands so, I'm always doing this from my heart. If it like gets you here, and your heart and your solar plexus and your sacral, and you're like, oh my God, like this, I need to do this. I need to tap into my energy, my feminine power. I need to know who I am. I need to fucking create stuff. And it might not be commercial. It doesn't have to be a business. You might just want to create a book for your own pleasure. You might want to, it might be a business idea, it might not. It might be a piece of art. It might be a relationship. Whatever it is, it will be so right for you if you decide to go there and pave that path for yourself. Because when we create from this place, there is such magic. Such magic. Right, I'm going to go and have a raging Saturday night, which is going to consist of honey, lemon, ginger, on guard, tea. Thank you so much for watching, for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know. As I say, the early adopter price is until tomorrow, and then we roll over to the standard cart, and then those monthly payments are available as well. Any questions, hit me up. If not, thank you so much. Have a wonderful bloody weekend, and I will see you very soon on the gram. I'm sure of it.